So often when I'm on podcasts, people ask me the question of what is a piece of advice that your younger self needed to hear? And I give them the same answer because this is so powerful. Your pain has a purpose. Your pain is the key to unlocking greatness, not only for yourself, but for others too. Because we've all been through something. My name's Lawrence, by the way. For those who are new, I'm a youth empowerment speaker, and I specialize in helping teens and young adults build self love, confidence, and a positive outlook on life. And in the 4 years I've been doing this, I've realized every single person has been through something that if they shared that with others, whether that be in a book, whether that be in a speech, whether that just be a conversation with someone, you can help someone get through what you've been through. Great example of this. Let's just say, hypothetically, you're 45 years old, you've been divorced, and you've been able to bounce back from that. Like, you lost half your money, you lost the house, you lost the kids, you lost everything, and you were able to build yourself back up from ground zero. There are so many people who need to know what you know. Maybe you're like me, and growing up, you were having challenges with your mental health, and you were able to get better. And then you go out and you share that with people. I'm not saying you need to go up on a stage and on podcast and do what I do, but just maybe you see somebody in your class who's struggling and you have a conversation with them. Maybe you see somebody out in public, maybe at your school club, wherever. Your pain has a purpose. Maybe growing up, there wasn't enough food in the house, so you had to learn how to sell water and sell clothing or make a couple dollars in order to help feed you and your siblings. There are people who need to know that. Maybe you used to be homeless and you were able to get yourself an apartment, you were able to get off the streets, you got into a shelter. There are people who need to know that. Your pain has a purpose. Whether that pain be as small as people used to pick on you and you felt insecure about your body, so you ended up having an eating disorder, but you were able to improve your mental health, improve your body image, and now you love yourself and you love how you look. There are so many people who need to know that. Maybe you grew up and you were having issues with bad friends, toxic relationships, issues with your family, and you found the strength to be able to cut them off. And now you have healthy friendships, healthy relationships, and healthy family dynamics. There are people who need to know that your pain has a purpose. And it's really easy for us to think that, oh, everyone's been through this. Everyone knows what I know. I don't know anything that's revolutionary. I'm not a rocket scientist. I'm not a therapist. I'm not any of that. I don't know anything that can help others. But it's so normal to you, but it's not to other people. Great example of this. So, in the 4 years of me helping people to build self love, confidence, and a positive outlook on life, there are things I know that are so normal to me that I think everyone knows this. Like, I'll be writing in my journal or meditating or walking in the sunlight. And I just think everyone knows to do this, but most people don't. So when I say all the benefits of journaling and all the benefits of exercise and all the benefits of getting sunlight, people look at me and they're like, wow, that's such a great idea. But to me, it's so normal. To you, it is so normal to have overcome that struggle you had, to have learned how to bounce back from that divorce, to have learned how to build self love, to have learned how to overcome the struggles of feeling insecure of your body. But other people, they really need to know what you know. And I'm not necessarily saying that you need to go become a motivational speaker. I'm not necessarily saying that you need to write a book on it or become the face of that issue. What I'm saying though is maybe you just have a conversation with somebody. You hear somebody talking about, man, I just feel so insecure. Man, I'm struggling with this. Man, I'm going through this problem. And you tell them, hey, I used to have that exact same problem too, but I got over it. Here's what I did. And then you tell them, and then they start taking action, and it helps them. And maybe they go out and they help somebody else, and that person helps somebody, and that person helps somebody, and that person helps somebody. So the pain you went through has not only unlocked the ability for you to make a good impact on that person, but it's helped them to impact other people. So, what I want you to get from this is simple. Your pain has a purpose. I'm actually in the process of writing a book where I detail the most traumatic moments of my life, where I go into like the first person perspective of what I was thinking, what I experienced, how I felt, how I saw the world, what it was like getting kicked out at 14, what it was like not loving myself. Like, I go into graphic detail in this book. And it's not going to be out for quite a while because there's so much I'm putting into it. But when I was 13, I was clinically diagnosed with complex post traumatic stress disorder. So, in case you want to look into it, there are a lot of symptoms to it, like trouble with emotional regulation, issues with relationships, trust issues, body image, shame, guilt, flashbacks, intrusive thoughts. There's so many things to it. But I've been able to get a lot better. And through all of that pain, through all of that journey, it led me to getting on YouTube and making these videos. It led me to taking the pain I went through and repurposing it to help others because your pain has a purpose. The issues you've gone through, the issues that you face, the challenges that you've overcome, if you can take that information on how you did it and you share it, you don't know who that can impact. You don't know the positive impact you can have on the world simply by taking your pain and your struggles and giving it to others to help them. Maybe that could be as plain and simple as you used to be 20 pounds overweight. You figured out how to lose 20 pounds, and now you teach people how to lose 20 pounds. Or maybe you used to be really skinny and you built a lot of muscle, and now you're a fitness trainer and you help people build muscle. It could be that simple. Or it could be as like major as you learned how to heal your traumas and you learned how to do inner child work and parts work and all these different things. Or it could be you used to be an addict and you help people at like a Narcotics Anonymous or an Alcoholics Anonymous and you work there. Or you became a therapist or so many things. You can take the pain you went through and find purpose in helping others with it. And as strange as it might sound, when you talk about it, when you face it, when you share what you went through, at least in my experience, it helps a lot with healing it. It helps a lot with knowing and reminding yourself what you've overcome. It reminds you of the strength you have. It reminds you that you're not who you used to be. You're not what you used to be. You're not defined by what happened to you. You're defined by what you choose to become. Because, yes, your family did what they did. Yes, you had that issue. Yes, people hurt you. Yes, you might even hurt yourself. But that does not have to define who and what you are. That does not have to define what you become. Because at the end of the day, you are defined by who you choose to define yourself as. Because if you allow the world to define you, if you allow the world's opinion to rule your life, you will go on such a downward spiral because the world will always have something to say about you. When I post videos, when I put content out there, I get a lot of people who love my stuff, but I also get a lot of people who don't. And if I listen to the people who don't like me, if I allowed their opinion to rule my life, I wouldn't be in the position I am today. This office right here, This is mine. This camera, I bought this. This mic, bought this. That ring light back there, bought that. And I'm not saying I'm some millionaire or any of that. No, I'm saying that by taking what I've been through and finding a way to give value to the world gives value back. When you take your struggles and you find a way to help others, others will help you too. Yeah, there's going to be people who judge you. Yeah, there are people who aren't going to like you. Yeah, somebody's going to have a bad opinion of you. But what's your opinion of yourself? Because when I was at my lowest, the thing that kept me there was my opinion of myself. I always thought I couldn't be nothing. I always thought I wasn't good enough. I would always say these bad things about myself. But when I learned how to switch that up, when I learned how to change that, when I learned how to break those limiting beliefs I had of myself, I was able to actually realize my own greatness. Not in an egotistical way, but in a way that is, I know who and what I am. I know what I was put here to do. I know that when I wake up in the morning, I got a purpose in life. I know that when I step out the house, I got something to go for in life. I know that I'm going to be somebody in a world that constantly tries to tell me that I'm nobody. I know that no matter what that bank account say, no matter what the follower count say, no matter what the like count say, no matter what any of that says, I know who I am. I know what I am. I know what I'm capable of. I know what I've already done. And I know that on the other side of this is so much more. And when I get on these videos, I want to help people to realize that about themselves. I want you to know that no matter what your family says, no matter what your friends say, no matter what anyone had to say about you, you're not defined by that. You're not defined by what anyone had to say about you. You're defined by who and what you decide to be. Because not everyone's gonna like you, but do you like yourself? Because for better or worse, the person you spend the most time with, it's not your mom, it's not your wife, it's not your kids, it's not your brother, it's not your sister. The person you spend the most time with is you. When you look in that mirror, you're looking at you. When you go to sleep at night, you're in the bed with you. When you wake up in the morning, you wake up with you. And the problem is that a lot of people will have a bad connection with themselves. They have challenges within themselves, and the first thing they want to do, let me get this phone. Let me distract myself. Let me put on some music. Let me not be with me. Because, and I'm saying this from experience, I'm saying this as somebody who used to do it. Saying this as somebody who lived it. When you have a bad connection with yourself and you're constantly trying to chase something or someone outside of you, you're never going to be fulfilled. Because the moment that person isn't in your life anymore, the moment the music goes off, the moment the movie ends, the moment the party ends, the moment that substance wears off, the moment the distraction is gone, you're back with you. And if you're trying to run from yourself, it's going to be a nonstop cycle of running and running and running and yeah, I don't know why that just happened. My camera cut out. But what I was saying was that if you keep running from yourself, you're going to be on an infinite loop because the moment the distraction is gone, you're back with yourself. And all the things about yourself that you're trying to run from, like it might be an insecurity. It might be a traumatic memory. It might be a thought you have of yourself. It might be the opinions of your family and your friends and the people you're around. It might be a habit. It might be an addiction. Whatever it is that you're trying to run from, it's there. It's like, hey, I'm back now. You know, you can't block out your own thoughts. And we'll try to do this in so many ways. The problem, though, is inevitably, it's still there. It's just, it's, how do I put it? It's just waiting for the moment to come back. And the more you run, the faster it will run. You try to drown out your demons, but eventually they learn how to swim. You try to outrun them, but eventually they put on the track shoes. You try to escape them, but eventually they just lasso you back down. The solution is you have to look it face in the face. You have to look it eye to eye. You have to come to terms with it. You have to say, I have this problem. You got to say, I have this issue. I've been trying to quit. I keep going back. I am struggling with this thing. I feel this way. And you have to admit it. And then you might have to do some work on that. Maybe that includes therapy. Maybe that includes journaling. Maybe it includes prayer. Maybe you have to get back to church. Maybe that's what it takes. Maybe you have to, make amends with some people. Maybe you have to cut off people. It's really dependent on you, but it's your life. And until you heal that pain, until you overcome that challenge, until you do the work necessary to go from running to at peace and calm and able to sit in the silence without losing your mind, it'll just never be enough. The outside world stimulation, like the people, the places, the things, all the stuff we try to use to numb ourselves, it'll never be enough because you have to be with you 24 hours of the day. Even when you're asleep, you're with you. Even when you are in your mother's womb, you are with you. From the very moment you took your first breath to the moment you take your last, you are with you. And you will have many challenges throughout that time. Nobody's life is all cupcakes and roses, even though on Instagram it looks like everybody's living. Even on Instagram, it looks like everybody is on yachts and Bugattis and millionaires and they don't got no problems. Trust me, we all got problems. So we all do. You know, don't trust what you see on Instagram. Do not trust what you see on Instagram because on Instagram everybody has a perfect life. On Instagram everybody has a happy marriage. On Instagram everybody has 10 out of 10 everything. They're just living it up. But the reality is inevitably you're going to get your heart broken. You're going to break someone's heart. You're going to lose some money. You're going to get divorced. Like, I'm not saying it's guaranteed, but inevitably something's going to happen. Like, something will happen. And when those things happen, when those challenges come up, it might be health, it might be money, it might be relationships, it might be all of them. If you can make it to the other side and you can have a problem, you can solve a problem, then there are people out there who are going to have that exact problem, and you have the recipe, you have the solution, you have the key to unlock their pain and help them get out of that. And if you can help people to do that, the world will reward you. You will get rewarded very handsomely for helping others, not with the intention to make money, but with the intention of genuinely helping people. Like when I make these videos, I'm putting my deepest, darkest secrets and pain on the internet for the whole world to judge me. Okay? I do this because I love people. I do this because I want people to know that where you have been does not need to define where you shall go. I make these videos because I know that somebody out there needs this. And this, to put this into real terms for you, every 45 seconds, somebody commits suicide. So during the time I made this video, we're already at like, I don't know, 30 or something. And that is a very painful statistic. If you just focus on America, like if you focus it into just America, it's one every 16 minutes. So realistically, this year, hundreds of thousands of people are going to end their life for many reasons, a lot of reasons, but most of it come back to mental health related. And I want to do my part to help that. I want to do my part to help people know that as painful as life can get, as difficult as your challenges may feel, as tough as the situation may be, as traumatic as life has been, you can get to the other side. Not to, the pearly white gates. I'm talking about you can overcome this pain. You can overcome this suffering. You can overcome this anguish because it's possible. It's possible that life can get better. It's possible that you can be something in this world. It's possible that people will love you. It is possible. But you have to give yourself the opportunity to make it to tomorrow. You have to give yourself the opportunity to make it to the next minute. Because I know it can be hard for people to see, like, making it to tomorrow. Just make it to the next minute. Make it to the next hour. And do that, and do that, and do that. And eventually, it will slowly but surely get better. Speak to somebody. Call a crisis center. Get a therapist. Get some friends, meditate, talk to somebody, talk to a family member, talk to a trusted adult, talk to a teacher, talk to a school counselor. Do whatever it is that can help you. Don't hurt yourself. That's a big reason why I make this stuff. I want people to know that you're worth something. You're worth something, even the world tells you that you're not. You ain't crazy. You're just hurt. You're like a cat. Those stray cats where they want people to help them, but they're scared of being hurt because so many people have hurt them. So they will like scratch and claw and hiss and fight because they're scared of being hurt. But deep down, they want you to help. They're just afraid to accept help because in order for you to feed them, you have to get close. And everyone who has gotten close to them has hurt them. So they see you as guilty until proven innocent, even though they're aware you're not the one who hurt them. But people hurt them. You're a person, so they don't want you to get close because you could hurt them. It's it sounds so backwards, but it actually makes a lot of sense. Because I'll put it to you like this. And yeah, I don't think anyone's going to get offended by me saying this. But a lot of women are afraid of men hurting them because a man hurt them. It makes a lot of sense. Yes, you as an individual did not hurt me. You as an individual did not do anything to me. But a man did, and you're a man. So I went through something really traumatic, and I see all men through this filter, even though I did not know even though all men did not hurt me, a man did hurt me, and you are a man. You have the potential to hurt me. So I'm going to look at you as guilty until proven innocent, even though I know you as an individual didn't do anything to me. Or another way, a lot of men, when they get cheated on, they know that this individual woman right in front of them did not cheat on them. But a woman did cheat on them. So they see all women as potential cheaters, as guilty until proven innocent, and they walk around on like eggshells because a woman hurt me. So I'm going to view all women through this filter, even though I know all women did not hurt me. And it's the same way with how people go through issues in life. They go through trauma, they go through divorce, they go through abuse, they go through all these things. And they can start to see everyone as guilty until proven innocent, even though they know everyone is not guilty. And if you yourself have went through something and you were able to get on the other side of it, if you yourself have went through a breakup or a trauma or an issue or a divorce or a financial situation, and that was really painful, but you got through it and you were able to bounce back, your pain is the key to someone else's greatness. Your pain and your struggles have purpose. That's what I want you to get from this video. I hope you enjoy it. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. And if you are a podcast host, school principal, or anyone who runs a youth organization, you can contact me at my email address below in the description. In addition to that, on September 6th, I am hosting a live in person event in Philadelphia. We're going to be talking about breaking limiting beliefs, building self love and confidence, and it'll be in person, ran by me. I got 8 seats available. Hit the link in the top link in the description for that. And if you feel inclined to, you can donate to the Cash App at the bottom of the description. Have a wonderful, blessed